What's up, Drop Pod listeners? As always, you can listen to the Drop Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Pods. We're now on Amazon Music, Audible, and Pandora as well. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can find all of our content on YouTube at the Drop Golf Podcast and on our socials. That's Instagram and Twitter at the Drop_pod. No matter how you consume us, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Follow and listen along.
This episode is brought to you by All County Exteriors. All County Exteriors is a third-generation premier exterior home remodeling company celebrating over 40 years in business. In a remodeling world where the average remodeling company only survives in business for only 5 years, All County Exteriors has stood the test of time, providing their customers with top-quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors. They service homeowners and builders with anything from small repairs to large additions. All County Exteriors is not just limited to construction. They have a deep passion for giving back to their community and are charitable supporters of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the American Cancer Society, Roofs for Troops, and Parents of Autistic Children. If you have planned to do any exterior remodeling, call the experts at All County Exteriors for a free, no-obligation estimate for your project. Just call 732-370-2780 or email them at info@allcountyonline.com. That's 732-370-2780 for All County Exteriors for all your remodeling needs. I'm jacked up about this Ryder Cup right now, so we might as well get hot on this right from after we do our beginning because my oh my, I am ready to go on a rant.
All right, well, shut up.
This is the Drop Podcast where we talk golfing in the Garden State. I'm Mike Poro, and this is Ryan Kulat.
What is going on, everyone? Boy, oh boy, do we have a big week coming at you. This is episode 52. We have been putting out an episode every Wednesday for 52 straight weeks. That equals 1 year. So it's pretty exciting. This little golf clap is always nice. We're recording this on Sunday, October 1st, and the Ryder Cup just ended. So I think that's an appropriate spot to be in. Just to catch you up, if you didn't listen last week, we did our Ryder Cup recap or Ryder Cup rundown. Talked about a whole bunch of different things. The course, the players, all that kind of stuff. We hadn't talked about it, so that was kind of where we put it all in. I took the USA, Mike took Europe. The U.S. gave it a nice effort today, but fell short. So, congrats, Mike. Good for you. So let's get into the Ryder Cup stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. I know you want to gloat, and I will certainly just exit out of this Zoom if that's going to happen again.
Well, I can't lie. A lot of things that I said last week I felt like came to fruition this week. I thought that certain guys were not going to play well in this situation. And I want to specifically call out Jordan Spieth, number one. I said that Jordan Spieth had a lot of things going on in his personal life. A lot of us have been in that situation before where you've had a kid, life-changing.
Or just get distracted by other stuff. Yeah, it doesn't need to be kids or is that big. It can just be
anything.
Yeah.
Personal life gets in the mix. We all have heard so many guests on our podcast have talked about I've got this person's situation. My home life was stable and they played so much better. Jordan wasn't playing, he wasn't practicing, just had his second kid, and no offense, laid a complete dud this week. He went 0-2-2. No points, okay? I should say no wins. He got 2 half points, but no wins. I thought he was terrible. I was blown away that Scotty didn't win a single match.
I was blown away at this. You know Jordan's record in singles in the Ryder Cup? Overall.
No.
He's 1-6-1.
Yeah, terrible. In the Ryder Cup, he's played that many Ryder Cups?
No, that can't be. What was the... Ryder Cup and President's Cups. On singles days in Ryder Cup and President's Cup, he's 1-6-1.
Yeah, that's
mind-blowing to me. For someone who's as good a golfer as he is.
So to me, I thought that was very, I kind of thought I hinted to that last week that he may have some distractions. And then let's talk about the positive side of things. The big guns on the European side showed out. I said Rory was there. I said Hovland was there. I said Rahm was there. Those three combined for only one loss. One loss. And I know you made fun of Turl Hatton and how you pronounce his name last week, but the man went 3-0-1. You sure you want to keep picking at Turl Hatton a little bit? My man was a beast all week. And on top of that, Tommy Fleetwood was Tommy
all
Fleetwood.
week is what he did.
Listen, you wouldn't say that in the singles match, would you?
Okay, congrats. Who'd he beat in the singles?
All right. Who cares? One of your USA guys. The fact of the matter is, I still think at the end of the day, there are a lot of things I want to nitpick on the USA side. There is. And it starts, the first thing is the captaincy.
It starts, so I'm gonna cut you off because I feel like I need to be the U.S. defender since I picked the U.S. And I'm gonna nitpick as well because if you pick Justin Thomas as your Ryder Cup, your captain's pick, and you start with him, and he's you've made it known that he's your guy, this is who we're gonna pick, this is who our person is gonna be, he's gotta go out first on Friday. Him and Jordan need to be Group 1. He can't be sitting. What are we talking about here? How is that? Again, I like Zach Johnson. I thought he said some nice things throughout the week to make me less angry with him. But that's bad captaincy. You gotta start with him. He has to start. And again, if that's going to be your Jordan and Justin are your, everybody knows that they are best friends for 25 years now. They've been golfing with each other. That has to be the one. You need to say, this was my guy going into it. This is going to be my guy going out with it. I'm riding or I'm dying with him. Not sitting the bench. The other person sitting the bench is why am I blanking on his name? Ricky Fowler. Why is Ricky sitting as much as he is? I don't get that. Again, Brian Harman and Wyndham Clark. I said it last week. They were one-hit wonders, and I said this was their year. But they were the ones that realistically I was the most concerned with. Why are they getting so much burn and someone like Ricky isn't? I didn't understand a bunch of the matchups. On top of that, so that's like the coaching side. On top of that, our big guns didn't show up. Right? Scotty Scheffler did not play well. Jordan, for his singles record, I feel like has a pretty good record in the other formats, alternate shot and foursomes. He didn't play well. Brooks Koepka, I don't feel like he played that well in this. Again, I didn't watch every minute of coverage, but I know he won his singles match today, but only one win, right?
1-1-1.
Right. So I feel like our big guys didn't show out. Their big guys did. On top of that, some iffy calls early on. I liked the matchups today. I felt like they were good singles matchups. But man, there's those captain's questioncies, our guys not showing out, and then the last thing that I took away from this is that Patrick Cantlay became even more unlikable, which I was not sure was possible going into. If you had asked me Thursday, I didn't think it was possible, but apparently it was.
But I will stand up for Pat. No hat Pat is.
No.
Thank God he birdied 16, 17, 18 yesterday to give them a chance going into today. And I will say this, and I know you're probably mad about all this reporting about he wants to get paid, but no offense.
He said that was untrue. He came out today. I don't know if you saw that. After that was his on the 17th green, they interviewed him right after his win, and he came out and flat out said that's not true. But certainly might not be. But why did it come out in the first place then? Like there was something.
The media's been terrible though. All week the media's been wrong on every report that's come out.
Right. So
to me, I'm done listening to the media because either someone just making up random garbage, or someone just leaking wrong information for bait clicks.
Right.
And I'm just sick of it in that respect.
Yeah.
But I will go back to some of your things about Zach Johnson. To me, complete dud. Was always going to be a dud, and I'll tell you why. And I hope this is no disrespect to anybody from Iowa, but he's from Iowa. He's just blah. He's picking corn on a cornfield. I know he's won at Augusta. I know he won at St. Andrews. Fine. I'll give you that. Unbelievable career. He's not a motivator. I'm not listening to what Zach Johnson says. Do you see these interviews? I'm ready to take a nap. They're getting their butts waxed, and I can't get a guy in there to motivate me. I don't want anybody. I'm not bringing any motivating factor. Are you out of your mind? Time to go to Plan B. Plan A is not working, buddy. You just got waxed. And we're not going to switch things up? Terrible, terrible job. And to your point about your first guys off, we're throwing freaking Sam Burns with Scotty. I don't care if they're best friends or not. Give me 2 Bulldogs with Jordan and Justin, or give me Brooks. Give me Brooks right off the bat and Scotty off the bat. I need, Europe is...
Scotty and Sam Burns got to go off last. If that's going to be your... these are the 8 guys. These are the pairs. Sam Burns is not... I like him. We talked about it. I had him picked for the match play when we had it earlier this year. Like, I like Sam Burns a lot. He's not... You cannot put someone who's untested in this kind of environment out first
against dogs,
against 2 dogs, and expect him to rise to the occasion. You're asking something that 4 people in the history of golf could have ever done, right? Right? Tiger would have been able to do that. Who else? Like I said, 4. Like, you're asking something of somebody that is not, like, he's a good golfer. Maybe he turns into a dog. He's too green right now. And if he's going to be your guy that you're going to put out there in the first Friday alternate shot, and you're going to have Scotty and Sam because they love each other, and they're the mirror image of, right, they're the mirror image of Justin and JT. Fine. But you can't put them off first. You got to put JT and Justin. Those guys are dogs. And even though they didn't have their A game this week, they're still able to, the pressure of going off first in a Ryder Cup on foreign soil in front of 100,000+ people chanting, 2 guys are able to do that. You got to have other guys that are gonna be able to withstand it. And Sam Burns is not going to. He's just not right now. Maybe next time he will. Maybe in 2 years he will. But he wasn't ready for that on Friday. And again, why JT sat and not started when you said that's his guy. Again, I'm not saying every captain's pick, but man, like, you know that's the dynamic duo, and you need to go with it.
Vic Gerard Golf Cars is New Jersey's premier club car distributor, providing sales, service, and rentals to private clients, commercial facilities, and the best courses in the state. As part of Club Cars' Black and Gold Elite program, Vic Gerard's provides top-tier performance all year long. They offer Club Cars' latest and greatest models, including the new CRU LSV, an urban commercial utility vehicle. They are also an authorized dealer of Timberland low-speed vehicles, which are street legal and come with a plethora of custom accessories and options to stand out from the crowd. Be sure to stop by or give them a call for all your golf car, small utility, or LSV needs. Saturday, October 14th, between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., they're having their first annual golf car. Listen, I thought that was absolutely flat off. That was just embarrassing. It was stupid. But no offense, I sit there and I say, like,
different models and colors, so be sure to swing
that's
by.
why, to me, Zach Johnson's not cut out for this job. He's not. And then I get it coming in. He didn't want the motivational signs, the people, the posters. But listen, after you get waxed 4-0 and then you're down and getting trounced going into, like, it's time to go to Plan B. And in my opinion, he never made the adjustments. He didn't. No offense, like, Brooks needs to be playing golf more. He's a dog. He says anything he wants. He goes out there and fights. Like, I just don't understand some of the things and some of the moves that were made. Like, I know Brooks got walloped with Scottie Scheffler. Throw his ass back out there and let him play again. You don't sit him. I don't know. I just was blown away. Like, where's Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan comes to every single Ryder Cup. We don't want Michael Jordan there? Like, give me a break. We're in Rome, Italy. He doesn't want to come over there?
Tiger showed up today.
You know?
You see Tiger getting off the plane?
Yeah, did you like that one?
That was good.
But to me, like, I just thought Zach Johnson completely dropped the ball. I was so disheartened because Max Homa came to play. And I know you want to kill No Hat Pat. I get it. But if not for No Hat Pat on 16, 17, 18 on yesterday, making 3 birdies in a row, basically putting Wyndham Clark on his back, okay? Because Wyndham Clark is hitting these high shanked slices like he's playing like Muni golf courses, like terrible. You're not even in that situation
Right.
going into today. So No Hat Pat, for whatever controversy he did, I thought he brought it. Very disappointing that Scottie and Jordan, and you want to talk about today. Like, let's get into today. Because Jon Rahm flexed his muscles on 18 because that was a crucial half that he led up from Scottie. That Scottie led up to him on that 18th hole. Mind-boggling that he just lost 18 because to me, I felt like that was the match. If Scottie got red on the board early, who knows what could have happened. He didn't. It gets halved from that point on. And then you want to talk about your boy Ricky. Bring up your boy Ricky here on 18.
Hold on. That was huge because you could argue that, okay, it was 16.5 to 11.5, and Scottie beats Rahm at the first match. It's 15.5 to 12.5. And that's still a pretty good margin of victory in this Ryder Cup format, right? It's 3 points,
yes,
but
agreed.
Basically it could be 6 matches that just get halved. You know, so you're talking about still a pretty good margin. But I think if Scottie beats Jon Rahm and gets that red on there early and then shows, hey, like, we got this, it gives the guys behind him some confidence and maybe even more so gives the Europeans thinking, like, our bulldog, Jon Rahm, the only person that probably isn't flustering is Rory. And he's probably saying, like, everybody else is like, okay, though I got to play better because Rahm lost. I really got to bring it. Now they're a little tighter. Decisions might be different. At least the swing's going to be a little bit more tense, and it just brings it. Scottie having a kerfuffle on 18 there, and getting a par on a hole that's birdieable was a huge deal. And I didn't see how his hole ended. I just know that he parred it and Jon Rahm birdied it.
I will tell you. So Scottie hits it way right. Gets a great break to where the ball comes out into the first cut, and it's like teed up. Okay? Rahm hits it to the front part of the green after bombing a drive, so he's on in 2. Scheffler has like his little chip, okay? And I don't know if the announcers made it sound like a worse lie, but he kind of half blades it over the green, okay? Rahm
there it is right there. There it is right there. You can't blade
That's
that.
it.
You have to.
Blades
you
it over the
make
green.
It happen. Yep.
And Rahm nearly makes like a 70-footer for eagle. Scottie doesn't chip it in. Match halved.
I saw the last one. I saw Scottie chipping. Is probably by the time I turned it on. But yeah, like you just that's huge. And ultimately it might not be anything, but it could be, you know, the ones that were like maybe that gives Justin Rose who won 2-1. Maybe it goes to 18 and we can get a half, you know, rather than a full point. You know, that's huge. I'm just trying to look at some of the other ones that were close. Like,
Cantley beat Rose. It would have changed. It possibly could have changed down the end. Think about it. Okay, so if Scottie wins the first match, Victor Hovland dominated Morikawa. Cantley beat Rose 2-1. Rory dominated Burns. Max Homa had a great 18th hole after hitting in the water.
I can't wait to talk about that.
So Tyrrell Hatton dominated Harmon, but then Brooks wins, Justin wins, Xander wins. So now you got those last 3 matches that all of a sudden, man, now we're really talking about Ricky's match. Because, I mean, you can't give him that putt.
No, you can't give him that putt. I mean, we were, right before we started recording, we were talking about it and fired up. I mean, I like Ricky. I'm trying to, even if I'm giving him benefit of the doubt where he doesn't know that his match is the ceiling match because he doesn't know how all the points are falling, you still know that the best you can do is tie if you're giving him that 2.5 footer. You got to make him earn that. That putt on 16 is, that 2.5 footer on 16 is not the same 2.5 footer on 4. It's just not. And you might give him that earlier in the match. That's not a putt you give him later in the match. That is a pressure-packed putt. Yes, he still probably makes it, but there's a chance he doesn't. And that chance opens the door for at least not sealing the Ryder Cup and not sealing your fate in the match.
Have to putt that.
Have to. You have to. I thought it was comically funny that Azinger says, oh, he's going to make him putt that. And then Fleetwood walked up to it and picked it up. I mean, the timing was comical, but it was, you have to. You have to.
I could
You're just
not
giving
believe...
up a win right there. You're not playing for a win. You're playing for a tie then. You play to win the game.
And no offense, at the end of the day, to me, that just looked like a USA team that kind of threw the towel in. Mm-hmm. And I find that so damn embarrassing that regardless of if you think the guy should give it in sportsmanship, I don't. At the end of the day, it's 2.5 feet. It's to win the damn Ryder Cup. No one's going to make you feel bad about that.
Yeah. No.
The ball's not on the lip. It's not on the lip, okay? It's not 6 inches. It's 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
You got to make the damn putt to win the Ryder Cup.
You have to. Yeah, to win the match even. Again, it's not the same. Ricky was just saying, I am conceding this, and the best I'm going to do is tie and hope that my half a point is successful, which it wasn't going to be anyway because you weren't playing that great to begin with.
You weren't even playing.
Right? So, like, you got to make him putt that. I don't know what he was thinking. And I think this is, Mike, I think this is the end result of what I saw on the start of when I started watching Friday morning. And I got up, I'm getting dressed and watching it. I saw a team that was lined up, and you saw pictures of it too. They were lined up, making the announcements, and so you saw the Euro players, interlocked arms around shoulders, and you saw the U.S. players standing within close proximity of each other. And I think that was the alpha and the omega right there. That was the beginning and the end of that's what it looked like. It looked like we were defeated and giving up. And in the beginning, it looked like we weren't ready to be there just by our body language. And again, like Zing brought some good points up. All the USA players haven't played in 5 weeks, haven't played competition in 5 weeks. You know as well as I do, you can only bring so much competition to a practice. Right? These guys have millions of dollars, so there's not enough money that they can gamble away to make it so that they are feeling the pressure that a tournament brings. And I think that was an issue. And again, just going all the way back, and really goes to our first point with, like, I still like Zach Johnson, but I don't think he was the leader or the general that we need at the helm of our Ryder Cup team.
And I think the reason why he's to me he's a bad choice is he's not an alpha. And I think when you're dealing with a lot of these personalities, like think about the names. You got Cantlay, okay? Loudmouth. He's a big, I know he may not come out as the public, but behind the scenes he's very involved. You got Brooks, a dog. Mm-hmm. You got Spieth, you got Fowler, you got Thomas. You got a lot of big mouths over there.
Right, guys that have, and even if, like, big mouth kind of gives it a bad connotation, they are just big personalities, right? Nobody on there is a timid person. Nobody there is shying away. They're all staying at the front.
Right, which is why when I think about who is commanding that room, no offense to Zach Johnson, I don't see him doing that. And to me, like, you obviously have to pin the blame on how bad the Americans played. No ifs, ands, or buts. I will blame them all the way to the end because they all really stunk except Max Homa. I thought Max Homa was clear as day, the MVP of that team.
Oh,
Not
no
even
doubt.
close. Not even close. But to me, Zach Johnson fumbled the ball. He turned it over way too many times. His comments were terrible. I couldn't stand how he blamed congestion and some sniffles on some guys. Awful. Then after day 2, he's still proud of his guys. God, at the end of the day, like, someone needs to stand up and say, listen, we need a little bit something else. Someone's got to light the fire here. Someone's got to say something to get the juices flowing. And no offense, the guy from Iowa who's picking the corn out of the cornfield is not motivating me.
You are killing Iowa right now.
I don't really care because I'm so disappointed.
I don't think it has...
Even though I won the bet.
It has less to do with him picking corn in Iowa and more to do with him personally. Like, he's not that... In these leadership positions, I say it all the time for football teams. Like, a head coach needs to be a leader of men, not an offensive coordinator who is the head coach. The head coaching position, the first captain of the Ryder Cup, the head coach of a basketball team, you need leaders of men. You need a leader at the top. Someone who's going to command the room, command the presence, command respect. Again, I've said it a number of times, you need a general. And then you have your guys after that can be, again, if we stay with football, right? My team, Chicago Bears, do not have a general in charge of their football team. They have a guy who is a defensive mind that is running it, and in that way you can't. I think the Jets have it right, though. I think that Robert Saleh is a good leader of men. Even though he comes from a defensive background, he's not calling the defensive plays. He's not doing that. He's the general for everybody, and he's letting his people do the other work. Now, the Jets are going to be awful this year because they don't have Aaron Rodgers, but had they had Aaron Rodgers, I really believe the Jets were going to have a good year. But that's what you need. You need somebody who's going to be, again, said it 47 times, that general that's going to rally people, that's going to lead a group of human beings. And while Zach Johnson, while picking corn in Iowa, is not going to... is not the reason he wasn't a good general. It's because he is not that general. He's not that person to command that presence.
But I will say this. 2025 at Bethpage.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about someone who's going to be the alpha in the room that will lead the Americans in our northern state here of New York. Mr. Eldrick Tiger Woods will be the USA captain. I cannot imagine anybody else leading this team. We need an alpha. We need a dog. We need the GOAT. Bring this dude in. I don't care how we get his rear end around the golf course at Bethpage. He has got to come on ship, steer this thing back into the right direction. And I thought a great Ryder Cup captain for at Bethpage. If the guy that regripped the club 9 million times and got scowled at by all the fans there, Sergio Garcia. You want to talk about World War III between captains at Bethpage, bringing these worlds back together about LIV and the PGA Tour. Let's bring on Tiger and Sergio as the captains, and let's make this a pay-per-view event.
That would be a heavy hitting event there. It really would be. So are you saying that Tiger has no chance in playing at Bethpage in 2025?
No, Tiger might as well just play, in my eyes. To me, I think he's still going to win the Masters in April. I mean, I know you think he's like shipped off to the senior tour, but to me, the dude is like quietly in the background, getting his things together. Augusta's going to kind of roll around. Day one, he's going to put up 70, 2 under, and whose name's going to be at top of the leaderboard when our boy Jim Nantz is talking? Mr. Eldrick Tiger Woods, 70, right up there on the leaderboard.
Again, not that I don't hope for that, but it's a tall task for him. But that would be awesome. And I think that those are 2 Ryder Cup staple guys that you need. And again, I do think you're right. I think we need to. I think all these guys know what they need to do, right? They're doing all the right, the practices, the all that kind of stuff. They're all doing the same stuff. It's the other stuff that you need to be able to do. Again, you need that leader in the room, someone who's going to command the presence, and shit, nobody does it better than Tiger Woods.
So at the end of the day, listen, I'll take the W over you. Europe wins, a check mark for Mike. It's a great way to start, episode 52, being 1-0 against you. Can't wait to tee it high and let it fly on your dime.
It's going to be a really fun round that we're going to play at Bel Air. When I have to pay for you, so it's going to be really a lot of fun. Par 63, I believe. So it's right. A
first round in the 50s.
We'll have to discuss off camera and figure that out. But yes, I do owe you a round.
George Wall Ford in Red Bank, New Jersey is family owned and operated, proudly serving New Jersey residents with superior customer service since 1960. George Wall Ford is a 23-time President's Award winning store, the most prestigious customer satisfaction award a Ford dealer can receive. Stop in the showroom today to see their surplus of different cars, SUVs, trucks, and
I want to
more,
mention
or
this,
visit
Mike,
them at
because we're really not going to talk about it. We've been kind of updating you on the Corn Ferry Tour all these weeks. 732-704-1932.
Here's the update.
Corn Ferry Tour was off this week. Stay tuned next week for the last update.
George Wall Ford in Red Bank.
Final tournament. They're in Indiana this weekend coming up. So we'll talk about it next week and talk more about that. But let's chat, Mike. Let's chat about this year. I want to start with this. I have had a lot of fun doing this, Mike. I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy getting to be able to talk golf with somebody that's not just some of my idiot friends that are, no offense to my friends, but they're not great golfers. I love playing with them, but getting to play golf with you and having it, I really have enjoyed it. It's been awesome. So thank you for going on this adventure with me. And it's been a lot of fun. That doesn't mean we're ending it. I don't want it to sound like this is not an obituary read, but I did want to make sure you knew how much how much fun I have doing this and how much I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the feelings were reciprocated. I mean, I don't think people truly understand, how much you do behind the scenes. And I know a lot of the stuff, may be my golf swing on a video or me talking on a video or something along those lines. But behind the scenes, you handle the nuts and bolts of this. So I know for a fact that I've said this to so many people that no matter what, this would not be what it is if you didn't grind and get it all done. Because, every morning at 5 a.m. or every Wednesday morning at 5 a.m., this thing's out there and our audience is able to listen to it and enjoy it. Not because of me and what I do, but because of what you do. So obviously that is, I'm extremely thankful for all that. And I can't believe that we made it 52 consecutive Wednesdays without missing a single episode. I think those are things that, you and I had spoken about a year ago. If, and I'm sure my craziness has said it many times, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I think sometimes you think it's going to happen, but, between, personal things getting in the way, sickness getting in the way, obstacles, no matter what, we had always found a way to get 52 episodes out, which, is not it's not nothing. To me, it's a huge deal. And I think, Each episode has gradually gotten better. I think we've gotten a lot more comfortable. I think the audio has gotten unbelievably better. And I'm just excited to what the next 52 could be, because I look back where we were last October at this point. We had 0 followers. We had audio that was horrific. We had no real clue what the hell we were doing. But now to be where we're at and to see the amount of people that just enjoy listening to the things that you and I do, I can't thank so many people enough. And I'm sure we can get into thanking people, but it's been fun. I can't wait to see where we're at 52 weeks from today. And I guess the best is yet to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you thanking me for the behind-the-scenes stuff, but I'll throw it back at you, because this doesn't get off the ground without you being an absolute maniac, and all of your hounded people, the DMs, the stuff that you do with Instagram and the socials, and getting the guests on like that. That doesn't happen. Like, this doesn't happen if you're not doing that. I think I think we can both appreciate each other's work in this, and I think we both have good complementary skills or assets to this to make it work. But don't think that I, just because I don't say it all the time doesn't mean I don't feel appreciative to all that you do.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I do want to make an announcement, because we have locked in a presenting sponsor for the next 3 months. For October, for November, and December, All County Exteriors has jumped on to be the presenting sponsor of every episode.
That's huge.
Unbelievable, because we've had advertisers come on, hop off, and understandably so, for many, many different reasons. Sometimes things are hot, sometimes things are not. But All County Exteriors has decided to jump on. They'll be the presenting sponsor for the rest of this calendar year. And I think that just speaks to what we've done in terms of making this a very legit and real podcast. And I can't emphasize this enough. I know the audience listens to the reads, but if you need work done, it is a no-brainer. The guys over there at All County Exteriors know what they're doing. When I say customer service is at the forefront of their company, it is. They, I am sure, will beat or match any price that you come at them with, and they get the job efficiently and effectively done. I've had them work on both the houses that I lived in. I know my brother has had it done. I know my sister has had work done by them. They know what they're doing. So I am not saying this just as because they're an advertiser or sponsor on the show. I have lived it.
You got boots on the ground with them.
Go check them out. All County Exteriors. I don't just say it. I mean it. I believe it. I can't thank them enough for being the presenting sponsor through the rest of this year. Jump on board. This ship is off and sailing. This rocket ship is off to the moon. You better get on it before it's too late.
I think that's a good segue into thanking some more sponsors that we have. And I don't want to leave anybody out, so I do want to apologize if we do. I want to start by thanking Dr. Mike, Sports Solutions PT. He's been absolutely great to me, great to us. Helping me with some injuries, get through the season. I was banged up a little bit before the Ireland trip. He's super knowledgeable about what's going on. What I love is you go to the doctor, and sometimes you feel like the doctor just dismisses your diagnosis. Okay, take some amoxicillin, I'll send it to you, have a good day. Like, there's no real talk through with your doctors all the time, and I hate that. And Dr. Mike continually talks to you in a way that you can understand it and explains what's wrong with you, explains what he's doing and why he's doing it, explaining the whole body. Not, you have a pulled hamstring, but you need to stretch both hamstrings, not just one, because the other one then is going to do more heavy lifting. You got to do these kind of exercises. When we had him on, he talked about me being a cannon on a canoe, so we got to get my canoe bigger. strengthen the balance muscles better. Like he explains things in a way that are easy to understand, and he's communicative in what he's doing and why he's doing it. And I absolutely love that. He is the man. Again, he's been very generous with us and with me with his time. Sponsored all the Ryan's verses from Ireland and my recap video that'll be coming out. He's such a great dude. Sports Solutions PT, Dr. Mike Pomacalo. You got to go see him. I can't say enough good things about him. He's really a terrific person, and again, been sponsoring the show for a while. So I appreciate all that you do for me, Dr. Mike.
And I'll also toss this one in there is Randy Tranger and Tom Mount. I mean, you want to talk about people that jumped on from the very, very onset. Randy and Tom Allen, they jumped on in episode 3. That was the first time that they jumped on because Randy and Tom were like, I like what you guys are doing. I believe in where this could end up. So they're another, law office that, listen, we all get caught up in things, and sometimes, things happen and you need some help, or some advice. Clearly, I highly recommend it. I think they're not only good people, as I say, but they're good golfers too. So to me, it's like they got a little bit of everything over there, so I want to make sure we thank them as well because they jumped on from the early beginning. And then listen, I just want to go through all of them because I wrote them all down, and I think it's appropriate that we just thank them.
Well, hold on. Maybe you want to start a business, or you need to create a trust, or you need to do anything. They're good people. They've been good to us. I appreciate all that they've done. Jumping in. It doesn't just need to be bad. You don't need to be in a car accident or something to need a lawyer, right? Go to them with whatever you need. They can help you out there.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, it's been unbelievable, but we can go through them. Matara's Italian Market in Rutherford. Those guys and Erica in there are unbelievable. They've treated us so well. Chris over at Fluke Apparel Co. with our shirts was just unreal in terms of getting them out there, pushing the product, supporting the podcast, supporting his clothing line.
Being a new business as well and jumping in for sure, yeah.
You got Links Drinks, you got Equity 3 Real Estate, you got DPP Functional Fitness. We could just continue to go on. Tita Green was a huge supporter of ours. When obviously it rains, you're looking for somewhere to go play. Go check them out. You got Sonny Seltzer. And now more recently, you got George Wall Ford. You need a new car? We all know that things are banged up at times. How can you not go give them a look and take a peek at all the inventory they have over there? And then you got Vic Gerard. You want to go buy a golf car yourself? Listen, they got an auction and a sale coming up, their first annual yard sale. So, the list just goes on and on about the advertisers and the sponsors that have been so in tuned to what we're doing. Again, I know I personally can't thank them enough.
Yeah, I hope we didn't forget anybody because I would feel bad about that. But I really, again, we talked about you and I doing this. I don't think we go as far without our sponsors as well, right? We're not able to afford some of the things that we do. Again, even if it's just our time with doing the podcast, able to do something like that. So they've been great. You mentioned Matara's, the 2 times we were able to get up north and play, right? Able to pop in, say hello, get a sandwich that just feeds you and does the body good, does the soul good, because it's made with. I made fun of my mom for saying this for years growing up. This is made with love, and when it's made with love, you can tell the difference. And those guys do it right at Matara's with their sandwiches and pre-made meals. And again, really, everybody, without all of your help, we don't get this to where it is now, and we're not on the track to going where we're going without your help. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. Mike, I know you're not a memorabilia guy, but I listened to a podcast called Two Bears, One Cave. It's the Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura vehicle. I don't know if you know who they are. They're 2 stand-up comedians. They're absolutely hilarious. It's a good podcast if you're into just listening to two people that are funny as hell. But they get each other presents, and they're in this competition with each other now, where they one up each other, and I think Tom bought Bert jet skis, if I'm not mistaken, as the last one, or vice versa. I did not get you a jet ski, but I was like, okay, I do want to get Mike something for this being 1 year. But he's not a memorabilia guy. I thought I could turn you into a memorabilia guy. I thought maybe let's get him. Let me get him that thing that holds pencils. Right? Let me see if I can collect a pencil from every place that we've gone to, and get the pencil holder. And when I went to go buy the pencil holder, it was on back order. So I was like, okay, maybe that's a sign that I'm not going to be able to convert Mike into being a memorabilia guy. So instead, I reached out to some of our former guests, and I got this for you. I'll put it in the chat.
Is it a link?
Yep. I want you to watch it live. I'll put it into the podcast and let everybody see it, but I want to watch you watch it live.
Okay.
Man, you guys are awesome. Very happy to be part of it, and I love what you guys are doing.
Hey, this is Ami Ganchandani from Watchung, New Jersey. Happy 1-year anniversary to the Drop Podcast. I love listening to your shows and think it's doing so much good for golf in the Garden State. There's so many amazing courses and talented golfers from New Jersey, so we are lucky to have you guys covering local and global golf news for us.
Hey guys, Chris Demick here from Manasquan River Golf Club. Just want to congratulate you on your first year. What you guys have done for golf in New Jersey has been absolutely fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. You are showing some bright lights on how great golf in the Garden State is.
Hey Drop Pod, Brian Mackey here from North Jersey Country Club. Just want to congratulate you guys on your 1-year anniversary and thank you for everything you're doing for the golf industry. A lot of people don't really have an avenue to show what they do, and you guys are offering a really awesome perspective into different facets of the golf business. So best of luck, keep it up, and on behalf of everybody from North Jersey Country Club, thank you so much.
Hi Mike, hi Ryan. Just want to congratulate you guys on 1-year anniversary for your podcast. I think it's fantastic what you guys are doing. I feel honoured to have been a guest on the show. And yeah, I look forward to seeing where it goes in the future. Best of luck.
Yo, Ryan and Mike, congrats on 1 year. You guys are doing a hell of a job. We all appreciate New Jersey and golf getting some recognition, so keep at it and we'll all be following along.
I love how Ryan and Michael allow the guests to tell their stories through guided questions, giving the audience an in-depth experience about what being a high-level golfer is all about.
Hey, Mike and Ryan, just want to congratulate you guys on 1 year.
That was really good.
Some really awesome
stuff. That was really good.
Highlighting golf in the Garden State.
I like
and
that.
Beyond. Super honored to have been a part of one of your experiences and been on the podcast.
That's good.
And listen to it.
We couldn't get everybody, and because I was trying to do it behind your back.
Good work.
You know, it's not. It was tough to get a hold of all of our guests. So some I wasn't even able to reach out to, and then some just busy and not able to make it work or not able to respond for whatever reason. So it was, I hope that ones that I didn't get reached out to don't take offense to it, but it was done rather quickly, and it was done, with the intention of making you cry, and I think I was successful in that.
Yeah, listen, I kind of thought about doing something like that, and I said, listen, I don't have any time to do an added project in my life, and I love hearing that everybody that has come on the show truly enjoys it, and it's not more like a hindrance to them or their schedule. And just seeing those guys and Ami and it was a really good video. It was well done, and obviously I greatly appreciate that.
Oh, That's up on YouTube. I will link it into this. I guess I could put the audio into this episode. Sure, we'll put the audio for it in here, and or right there, wherever I put it. I don't know how that works. Either right here or you already listened to it. But yeah, the video's on YouTube. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. All right, what do we got for? What do you got? Some favorite things that have happened to us this year?
Yeah, God, I think just getting off the ground and becoming respectable. I think in the beginning, like anything, you're afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to put yourself in a position that, like, hey, listen, I'm putting myself out there and this may fail, but I'm okay with that. And seeing that, like, at the end of the day, people really and thoroughly have enjoyed the product that we have has been incredible. And I think, the trip up to Crystal Springs was one I'll never forget. The trip up to North Jersey Country Club was another fun one I'll never forget. And then just meeting everybody. I feel like a lot of times and I know we joke around about this, but like you walk in strangers, and we say that's about Matera specifically. You walk in strangers, you leave as family. And I kind of feel like that's how this New Jersey golf community has accepted us.
100%.
As not just like two random guys that may from the outside look like they're trying to get a free this or free that, but like with genuine purpose of trying to highlight and play, experience, and then talk about all the great things golf in the Garden State.
100%. We've said it all the time. The guests on here that have come in, or the golf people of New Jersey, they've been amazing. They've been incredible. To send it in a quick couple second video or audio of them to us to say something positive, to coming on the show, to seeing them, like when I went to the New Jersey Amateur, just seeing them and having the guys come up and say hello was just really cool and really unique, and really, quite frankly, it was really amazing. Everyone's been so open and so helpful, and as you said, like we're doing the best we can with shining lights on different places. Like, no, I was able to only go to one day of the New Jersey Amateur. We weren't able to get to the State Open. Things like that. Like, we also have other stuff going on. This isn't our full-time thing, but we're doing the best we can. And I think that everyone appreciates that, and shedding light on, again, what such a unique golf state that we have. So, It's been amazing. I will never forget my time at North Jersey, Crystal Springs. Those were two awesome trips. I actually had a few friends plan a trip to Crystal Springs a few weeks after we went, and just hearing like how much aggravation and how much it cost them and how difficult it was and all that kind of stuff. You and I did that, and it was flawless. I mean, it was an incredible trip. So I just, it's been really, really incredible, some of the experiences that we've had, for sure. But while those are incredible, it's the people that we've met, and those people being so open with us, so honest with us, so willing to help in any way that they can. And again, I've never met a guy like Pat Wilson. I was in North Carolina when we did his interview and had him on, but I saw him at the New Jersey Am. He comes up to me, dap and hug, and it was just like, it was really cool. And then he's playing, and he's like, okay, let's walk. Corey Brigham, he sees me, I'm watching him play because we had Corey on, so he's one of our guys, and all of a sudden, like, he tees off and walks diagonal to come walk with me in the just walk with him down. Like, it's just really cool to have things like that. And there's endless other ones of those that are just like, again, so many good people out there that we can't thank you enough.
So I guess my question to you is this, is obviously I think we both can say that where we were to where we are is truly remarkable.
Facts.
But now let's look ahead.
Mm-hmm.
What do the next 52 weeks of the Drop podcast and golfing in the Garden State look like to you?
It's a great question, Mike. I would like to be more, to continue to grow what we've started. I think we got a nice seedling we put in the ground. We've been watering it. It's grown a little bit. I'd like to see it continue to flourish. Being more organized next year with going to things like even if it's just a day, I feel like we should be at the New Jersey Senior Amateur. We should be at the more of the events that New Jersey holds. I feel like we should try to be at more of those, even if it's just for a day. Again, so we can continue to, that would be a way to continue to grow some of the things that we've been talking about growing. I think we'll see some same guests and see what they're up to, but I think we'll have some awesome new ones as well in this upcoming year. Tough to beat a guy like Dan Hicks and Jim Nance, Dottie Pepper, but I got confidence that we got some good ones on the horizon. But if not, plenty of great guests here in New Jersey that we can now bring on because we've been doing it a year. We're not just two schmoes that are trying to get out on your golf course. Yes, we might be trying to get on your golf course because you have an awesome golf course. But we're also trying to show off what you have and what you bring to New Jersey golf. What about you?
I like it.
What do you see us doing in the next year?
I can honestly say I didn't really put much thought into the answer of the question.
I was really busy doing the recap, so I didn't do much thought as to what next year holds either.
I didn't. I think it's one of those things, like anything. I know a lot of us are always fixated on the end result and where does this go and what are you trying to get accomplished and what is the end goal more or less. But for me, it's just let's enjoy the ride. Let's continue to find amazing guests that people want to listen to. They want to hear their story. Let's talk about the hot topics that are going on. Let's talk about all the new things that are going on right here in the Garden State. And let's continue to give the audience the best product that you and I can. And I think we will continue to do that. And if we can find little ways here and there to, sharpen the pencil on this end to make that better, we will. If we can do a little bit more on a social media side to get more things out, we will. If it's to visit places, the reality is we will do our damnedest to be at as many spots as we can, but it is at the end of the day, we are only two people, so we can't be at every single spot. But I think at the end of the day, if I can look back or, look ahead to 52 weeks to just say man, we went from here and we continued to progress forward, I'll say, listen, that was a huge step forward because I think that people know, but if they don't, at the end of the day, it's you and I. We're the sole two people that edit this thing, that publish this thing, that create this thing, that develop this thing. That's it. There isn't a team of people here. So, and this is a hobby that we love to make this as best as we can. And at the end of the day, I think that's what I'm excited for, is just to continue this crazy journey that we're on to bring light. And I will say this, as I've said many times, if someone out there thinks that they have something or someone that would, be of interest to the public that wants to come on the show, there's not a person that responds faster to a DM, and I'll take that to the bank, than this guy.
I will also be depositing that in the bank.
You DM us, we're there. And listen, I think a lot of things, the one thing I guess I would like to do more is maybe do more in-person interviews at their golf course. Mm-hmm. And more or less, if we're able to, and it's more my schedule than yours, if we're able to sit down with people in person and then play. Like, to me, those days that we had with Brian Gaffney at Essex Fells, those days that we had with James Sirico and Brian Mackey at North Jersey, like, those types of things to me truly embrace the idea of experiencing the uniqueness of golf in the Garden State. And I know it's probably more me and my schedule that hinders a lot of that. But I'd like to think that that would be the one thing that I'd like to do more of.
And you forgot the original one with Troy, playing 27 at Troy. So right. I that's what I mean by, like, we have these seedlings out there, and those are all things that I think that we've kind of done. Like, let's just continue to grow those seedlings. We've done some in-persons. Let's try to do some more. We've done, we've had guests for almost every episode. Like, let's continue to do that. I 100% would absolutely love that. I think that brings more eyes to things, to not just to us, but to the golfer themselves. It gets a little insight into the person. It gives us more insight into the person. I mean, you don't really know somebody until you go out and play golf with them. It shows so much. It's why so many business people like golf. I mean, it shows so much about a person's character and all about their, they might give you a front in an interview, but once you get on the golf course, it's tough to hide your true person. And that's really something that I think if we could do more of, I agree with you. That would be really, really good.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, as I like to say, to the moon we go. Jump on now before we're waving goodbye. It's better to be early than to be late.
For sure it is. So that's 1 year down. Bunch more to go. Stay tuned. We got some big and exciting stuff coming up in the near future that we're going to start this year off right. So hope you enjoy it. Appreciate everyone listening. We'll check you out next week. Enjoy.
To infinity and beyond.